I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen these interviews that Donie O'Sullivan, CNN correspondent, does at these Trump rallies. Now, you know, I did this for a while. Sometimes I feel conflicted about covering, or I did feel conflicted about doing that work, because a lot of these people are just regular people. And even if my intention wasn't to embarrass them, that's sometimes what would happen when I would cover these Trump rallies. They would get mocked. And I had like a lot of agita about that. I didn't really know if how good I felt about that, honestly. But then you come across certain people who are just very scary and clearly radicalized. And then you go, okay, well, these are some of the consequences of these kinds of politics. And this interview by Donie O'Sullivan, speaking to somebody outside of the America First rally in Des Moines, this is one of those clips.
You know, there's parts of the country now where you can't go into restaurants, bars, unless you're vaccinated.
I don't need the restaurants and the bars. Hell, yeah. I don't drink. I don't need to go to a restaurant. I can go shoot my dinner.
Yeah.
Just saying. I mean, there's millions of guns here, and you know, it took 11 days for them to take over Afghanistan. Wonder how many days. Just ask for a friend how many days it'd take the Patriots to take over this country. Think about it.
You don't want that to happen here, do you?
I don't want it to happen, but if our country and our government and our Congress and Biden and them don't get their heads out of their butt, it's going to happen. I assure you, it's coming. I'm not vaccinated, and I'm not going to get vaccinated. Our days are numbered. It don't matter whether it's COVID or I can get in that truck and go down the highway and get hit by a semi or T-bone and killed. It don't matter. You know, life is what it is. You know, we take it how God gives it to us.
But you wear a seatbelt, right?
Well, yeah, of course.
So that's
but there's 50-50 chance that'll save you or it won't save you.
But isn't that sort of like taking a vaccine? You take the steps to protect yourself when you can?
No.
Okay. Go ahead, Matt.
The seatbelt thing, the 50-50, like even questioning seatbelt efficacy at a certain point. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Well, whatever. Say the figure is 50-50, right? Okay. You're still more safe from a car wreck if you have your damn seatbelt on. It increases the chances, which is the same thing as the vaccine. It increases the chances that you will survive or not get seriously ill from COVID. But that point is just like ancillary to the fantasizing about a Taliban-style takeover because of vaccine mandates. Like, I mean, if Biden and Congress don't get their act together, what does that mean? What does that mean? It's just like we're going to have a military-style or guerrilla-style takeover of right-wingers with guns at the rally, at the America First rally in the country. If the government implements a policy that you don't necessarily like or find convenient, like it's just crazy. It's crazy, and it doesn't matter what the policy is. Oh, if a migrant caravan comes in, we're going to go down and shoot them. Oh, if, you know, Democrats put in place their radical agenda, critical race theory, we're going to do the same thing there. Like that, I don't know. I mean, these things seem more and more frequent, and I don't know if I'm imagining it. I don't necessarily know if, like, this is just being documented more, or no. I really think it's percolating.
The Republican Party is stoking political violence for electoral purposes. I mean, that's what Mo Brooks said about what was it? The guy who had the bomb in the truck in the Capitol. It said, like, well, we understand.
It's because socialism is hurting the country, right?
You got to vote instead. And of course, if this show came out and said, well, we understand your frustration with fascism, but don't go to those baseball games armed, people would understand how outrageous of a statement that is.
Yeah. Referring to the shooting of Scalise.
But that's where the Republican Party just is. And the question is, like, does it spill out into stochastic violence? I mean, stochastic, like, you know, how you turn the temperature up in a boiling kettle of water, and more of the more splash comes up from the bubbles when you turn up the heat. That's what they're doing. And a splash being somebody taking their gun that they used, I guess, to go kill deer or whatever that guy was thinking he was going to live off of, and turn it against, a courthouse or something like that. It's delusional, and it's, ultimately pathetic. Like, the idea that you're going to go kill your food year round, good luck with that. You're going to run into the state, which licenses big game hunting, for instance. And if everybody does that, we will run out of deer in this country.
Well, that's the exact kind of Biden tyranny that's going to push people into becoming the American Taliban and taking to the streets with all those guns.
Like, that's a guy who literally is ready to die because an accepting of death, whatever way it comes, because this country told him a lie about individuality and how he doesn't live in a society when in fact he does.
Right. Although he is in favor of some kind of collective action.
Wearing seatbelts.
But even that, the thing he said at the end, that 50-50 will save you or kill you, that is old anti-seatbelt propaganda saying that actually sometimes when you get in a car crash, your seatbelt will trap you in the car and you might, burn to death because you can't escape.
Folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Really, thank you.